have The Evil up next from 1978, starring Richard Crenna and Victor Buono. A psychologist has plans to turn an abandoned mansion into a drug rehab center, but the demonic spirits inside aren't throwing out the welcome mat. Starring Richard Crenna, Joanna Pettit, Andrew Prine, and Victor Buono. And I just so happen to have a trailer from The Evil for you.
Nobody ever suspected what ancient terror slept beneath the Vargas house.
Stories get started about any old house that's been vacant for a while.
What kind of stories?
Oh, just stories. Just old wives' tales.
Look out!
Terror that turns laughter into screams. And loving pets into killers. For the house belongs to the evil.
There you go, folks. That's just part of the trailer for The Evil. It's worth a watch, and it is on Zitubi. The next film and the film after that, I think, are worth seeing a couple of times, and I've seen them definitely 2 or 3 times a piece. That is the 1971 film Willard, followed up by the sequel Ben. I remember seeing Ben in the theater. It may have been at the drive-in. I'm not quite sure, but I never saw Willard at that time. It was only until after I'd seen Ben. A socially maladjusted boy uses his bizarre ability to communicate with rats to exact violent revenge against his cruel tormentors. With Bruce Davison in the starring role as Willard, Sandra Locke, Elsa Lanchester, and Ernest Borgnine. And naturally, I have a trailer for Willard.
This is Willard, and these are his friends, Ben and Socrates.
I'm gonna have a big surprise tomorrow.
Willard takes good care of them.
What's that in your pocket? There's something in your pocket.
And they will do anything for Willard.
Julie.
Walter. Please, Walter, there's something outside the door.
My God, look at the rats.
You made me hate myself. Well, I like myself now.
There's a bit of the trailer for Willard. Well worth seeing, folks. If you haven't seen it, it is on Tubi, as well as the follow-up 1972 film Ben. After I saw Ben, I got a pet rat. Oh yes, I got a pet rat, all right. And I called him Ratso. But unlike Ben, he hardly killed. I mean, he didn't kill anybody. And now we're heading back across the pond for a couple of films, including Five Dolls for an August Moon from 1970, directed by the one and only Mario Bava. Now, one thing I do love as well about this film, which is bizarre, and of course it's visually very interesting, as Mario Bava always is. I wouldn't call it one of his best films by any stretch, but it's got moments, let's put it that way. I love the poster. And of course, that's why I use part of the poster in the thumbnail. An industrialist invites his friends to his private island to exploit a resin formula, but a killer within the group disrupts the proceedings. Next up, oh yes, it's 1971's Lust for a Vampire, starring that Swedish blonde scream queen, Yutte Stensgaard. 40 years to the day since the last manifestation of their dreaded vampirism, the Karnstein heirs used the blood of an innocent to bring forth evil. It was directed by Jimmy Sangster, who was involved with a lot of great Hammer films back in the day. And here's a trailer snippet from Lust for a Vampire. I love that freeze frame, Lust for a Vampire. And that was the lovely and luscious Yutte Stensgaard, the blonde bombshell from Sweden. If you like your vampires steamy and sexy, you gotta see Lust for a Vampire, currently playing on Tubi. Next up, we go back to the States and TV horror films. Oh yeah, we've got Gargoyles from 1972, starring Cornell Wilde, Jennifer Salt, Bernie Casey, who is fantastic as the lead gargoyle. An anthropologist and his daughter stumble upon a colony of gargoyles in the southwestern United States who want to be left alone. Of the 1970s made-for-TV films, it's way up there. It could be easily in the top 10. And Gargoyles is well worth seeing, folks. I remember seeing it as a kid when it came out. It's one of those films you don't forget. Next up, we have Dr. Jekyll and Sister Hyde from 1971. As it says, when a Victorian scientist uses female hormones to create life-extending serum, the elixir transforms him into a sensuous murderess. Starring Ralph Bates and that fine 1970s scream queen, Martine Beswick. Boy, if you ever get a chance and you can find it, check out Martine Beswick in what I believe to be Oliver Stone's first film. Oliver Stone started out making horror films, and I believe his first feature film was a film called Seizure, and that was starring Martine Beswick and Hervé Villechaize. Next up, we got Count Dracula, starring Christopher Lee. Now, this is the 1970 film. Indelible performances, lush locations, and sinister sensuality mark what may be the most faithful film adaptation of Bram Stoker's vampire classic, starring Christopher Lee, Klaus Kinski, Herbert Lom, directed by Jess Franco. It's been a while since I've seen this film. I'm going to have to watch it again. But when I read the description and they're calling it what could be the most faithful film adaptation of Bram Stoker's Dracula, well, that makes me want to watch it again. So it's on my list. I'm going to watch it this week and see how it stacks up to the other adaptations of Stoker's classic novel. Next up, you'll definitely want to see this one. You got to see it. It's Mark of the Devil, folks. 1970. Love that key art, too. That is really well done. A witch hunter's apprentice has second thoughts after getting some unsettling on-the-job training in a superstitious 17th century Austrian hamlet. Starring Herbert Lom. God, Herbert Lom is just freaking everywhere. Starring Herbert Lom, Udo Kier, Reggie Nalder, also in this. He's just a great baddie. Mark of the Devil is one hell of a film, pun intended. That I've got one of the original barf bags, vomit bags, that they issued in the cinemas when you went to see Mark of the Devil.